Hey everyone, welcome to another LEGO Fan video. I'm your host LEGO Fan, and I do fun LEGO videos at about 10 steps per video, as well as cool Ben 10 videos. If you guys are new, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that YouTube algorithm stuff. And with that out of the way, let's get started. We are in part 6 of 9 of the Ben 10 episodes that I'm calling Set Up the Esoterica arc. These are the episodes of Moonstruck, Prisoner number 775 is missing, The Purge, Simeon Says, Greens from Tekadon, Flamekeeper Circle, Double or Nothing, Perma Girlfriend, Ultimate Sacrifice, Wine Guy, Mother of All Vreedles, and Ben 10 January Rex, Heroes United. And not necessarily in that order, it's in release order, according to the ink tank. Really cool breakdowns. Go check them out if you haven't. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this. We got some big characters today. I'm not just talking about this one. Because we got, we just got a lot of big characters. I'm going to go ahead and get this first one set up because I don't want a mistake like the last time where the last character was the one that said their line. Because this first character does say their name in their first line. This character's first line that says their name is the only one that we have today that actually says their name in their first line with...
No, it's Swampfire. I don't have an alien named Overkill, because if I did, I'd, shout, Overkill! Oh.
So, of these characters, which one is Swampfire? 10 seconds, good luck. Now, we've got some really good characters today. Some of my favorites are in here, and then there's some others that really are not good. But let's discuss one alien that I'm kinda got mixed feelings on, with Swampfire being this guy right here. A Methanosian, first appearing in Prisoner number 775 is missing, lighting campfire explaining why he shot the names of aliens before changing back, because, well, all he did was light fire. Then Simeon says he tried to use fire in order to battle the DN aliens, but decided to go with vines after Gwen cautioned him not to, because you don't want to cause a worldwide forest fire, would you? And then, later on in the episode, he ended up battling a mutated Eunice, who was mutated from the DNA alien, or the Xenocyte, and after a brief fight managed to convert Eunice to her Unitrix form, and then Ben back, where he changed the Unitrix to Eunice, which saved her. So he's a good fighter and is abnormally strong, though not as strong as Forons, but still stronger than normal humans, and is able to absorb bullets and punches since they go right through him, because he is a plant. And he can also reconnect any limbs that have been cut off. This can be done with other people as well by producing vines to reconnect any severed limbs. And he can also just regrow the limbs as well and just reattach them. And if crushed, he can burrow underground to safety. He can also shoot a single jet of flames high enough to melt metal and form walls of fire to separate him from his enemies. He also has a super slam attack and can shoot big fireballs or little ones, which can stay in one spot if he so chooses, as well as blast off heat explosions, and has seeds that could grow vines under his control. These vines can pull objects in the ground, and he doesn't always need seeds to produce vines. He can just magically produce them himself. He can also spray a special type of gas to control plants and plant himself in the ground to give him more leverage. And is somewhat durable, can go through bars, and is durable and can redirect flames with his body. Has sleep gas, does have an aroma around it that makes him smell bad. Can throw goo or mud that can stick onto faces, and vines can grow out of his fingers and toes to widen holes. But he can be immobilized by ice, however this thaws out in due time. And if cut up super fast, he has a difficult time regrowing. And he can cause bigger explosions if methane is present, and his attacks can be deflected by water, as vines can be cut up easily or dissolved by a special liquid. He also can't control weeds. Weeds are not plants in this world. Time for the characters responsible for a death. That being... Of these characters, which one said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. It's amazing that these minor villains just turned into the biggest threat. And to prove it, they killed off said character, Pierce Wheels. But let's talk about the killers themselves, that being the Forever Knights. And yes, these are a new version of them. They are human, only appearing in the Purge, and after they dispatched the old Forever Knights, the ones that we saw in the previous episodes, they served as the main army for the entire episode. killing Pierce wheels off and accompanied Driscoll in the final fight of the episode and initiating the final assault in the episode. So they have knowledge on aliens and alien tech and can make their hands into a flashlight that could be electrified for a stronger attack. They also have knowledge on regular tech and have a gun that can remove ID masks or disguises or stuff like that. They're also pretty durable and jump higher than usual. Some are also expert scientists and they are pretty intelligent and can equip themselves with a laser sword. Obviously, they can also do a shield and like a ball and chain sort of thing, but we haven't gotten to that scene yet. But they also can run fast, so some are good drivers that can even drive tanks that fire a major laser blast. They are also very agile and have laser lances that can fold up for easy transport. They have knowledge on the criminal underbelly and are often seen in an army. They're never really alone. They are also pretty decent fighters and some are even pretty strong. They also can teleport and have AT-esque vehicles with lasers that are also pretty durable. They own their own homes as well. They're not homeless. They actually do have apartments. I mean, somewhat. They also, from their armor, they can also summon a rope with a spiked ball that can electrify opponents. This can also summon a shield, as I mentioned, and can operate a hoverbike, which gives them flight. However, they can be knocked out with enough force and usually have slow reactions and can be somewhat cowardly. They also can be mind controlled. Now, our next character up is no, that's not Ben, so don't worry about that. But of these characters, which one said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. You know, with all our Ultimate talk, we have to talk about the leader of the Ultimates, or at least I see him as a leader. Ultimate Humungosaur. He is an evolved Vaxxisterian, first appearing in the Ultimate Sacrifice, being the main Ultimate, finishing off the red robot that was going on over there before he possessed Ben and tried to get rid of him, so both of them decided to go to therapy. That didn't end well at all, and ended with Ben being trapped in the Ultimatrix and our good pal Ultimate Humungosaur leading all the rest of the Ultimates in trying to get rid of Ben so that way they could be free of him and his control, as well as killing off Ben, but that's neither here nor there. But this did not work, and he did end up being freed from the Ultimatrix and traveled with the rest of the Ultimates to a planet that Azimuth has deemed is safe for them to go to. So he has enhanced strength and durability as well as a super jump, and his sentient counterpart cannot be possessed. He also has a super smash, is a good fighter, can use his tail as a whip, which clearly is more powerful considering it is a spike ball, and has a super jump, but his main gimmick ability is the fact that he can shapeshift his hands into missile launchers. Supposedly it's bone fragments, but I'm not really seeing how that's actually a benefit there. But he can no longer increase his size, he can be restrained by mana, and is weak to sonic sounds that can be tied down for a short amount of time. He also can't be hypnotized, so there's that. Let's see who our next character is. Sorry, that was a quick line, and no, I did not understand it either. 10 seconds to guess which one of these people is that country woman that just spoke. Good luck! Then again, I just kind of insulted the whole community, so I apologize for that, this character is the one that I've been looking forward to covering, my Vreedle. She is her own species of Vreedle, first appearing in The Mother of All Vreedles, where she decided to rob a bank before heading to Earth to make more of her perfect angels, the pretty boy Vreedles. And this would happen by draining the world's ocean because she needs all of the water in order to make all of her pretty boys. But she was stopped and arrested by the Vreedle brothers themselves. So she is widely feared throughout the galaxy to the point where everyone cowers when she visits and even bows before her and does whatever she says because she is that feared. She can breathe in space, has a laser gun, she also has good hearing and has some intelligence that she could build a clone machine with some minor help. She can also see behind her, so she has 360 vision. She also has what she calls her apron strings, which can tie up a person and can extend to a certain length. Her shoes also act as a bomb, and she is also somewhat quick and can see invisible objects. But she doesn't care about the Vreedle brothers, only her pretty boys. And she can be briefly frozen and is gullible, especially when you play to her sympathies as a mother. She can also be tied up in her own apron strings if you manage to do that. This character has been a long time coming. Let's see who it is.
Then my grandfather gets a raise right now or we walk.
Of these characters, which two said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. It's high time we cover our main character of this entire show, Ben 10 himself. This is his regular form, and this is him in the January Rex special. He's a human appearing in Prisoner number 775. He's missing and appearing in all subsequent episodes. So his main ability is the Omnitrix, which gives him the power of any alien he or it chooses. It can power up if he's ever in danger with no recharge. This can also scan DNA to add to the aliens and repair any sort of DNA malfunction on someone else, and quick transform between different aliens, which is called Master Control usually, as well as redirect energy from and outwards as they attack, and can change in and out of his alien forms with no need to wait till it times out, and revive any extinct species according to Azimuth, and capture any DNA samples of other species to add to the Omnitrix or lose aliens. These aliens can also protect him from radiation. He's also shown to be figure clues, so he's pretty smart and is resourceful. He can read aliens, good with computers, can swim, knows how to enter the null void, is a great leader, possesses a hoverboard, and knows how to ride it. He's agile, can drive, and has his own car, as well as ride a motorcycle and fly Rust Bucket 3. He's also pretty fast and has a plumber suit equipped with a propulsion jet and neuroshock as well as oxygen, and is a great rock climber, can pilot a spaceship, can operate a laser gun, is able to remove the Omnitrix through unknown means, and knows how the Rust Bucket works and any subsequent versions. He's also a decent fighter, has good balance, and is the voice of reason within the Alien X, and is highly respected throughout the galaxy, has photographic memory, is a plumber, is a great basketball player, and he can track Eunice if it's in his vicinity. If she's in the vicinity. But he gains any weaknesses that the alien has and retains any damage that they may sustain during their battles, like a black eye or a broken arm, both of which you have been seen or will be seen. He's also pretty much useless when the Omnitrix is timed out and it can choose the wrong alien or it might just simply not work. He's often desperate for rewards which could get in his way, is also gullible and can be taken by surprise, and as well as caring about his family, which could be a strength or weakness. Well, family and friends, obviously. He also has a fear of clouds, is weak to electricity like almost all the other aliens, and can be hypnotized. He's also not strong and likes attention and is prone to jealousy and anger at points. He's also not familiar with how the Omnitrix works and tends to over-rely on it, and it can't work if unscanned alien DNA is around, usually. He can also be single-minded. The Omnitrix can self-destruct. He can be selfish and vain. He's weak to magic. Well, the Omnitrix is weak to magic and can do stupid things when in love. And it's quick to judge, which can often make him blind to the truth. And if he does quick transform, it often wipes him out. He also can be overconfident and a little insensitive, as well as having little endurance. He can be harmed by arduous needles and has little patience. He's a show-off. His Omnitrix can run out of power if used for certain functions, such as DNA repair, and it can't operate if Eunice is in the vicinity due to her connection with Promise unless she turns off her connection. Now don't think I'm just going to slow down because we still got two big ones left, but let's cover a silent character right now, that being the Mutant Seagulls. So of these, which one is the Mutant Seagull? Good luck. 10 seconds, good luck. Then again, you probably already have spotted them. So, let's see who they are. These ones right here, and they are different from Animal's one. These ones were the ones that were mutated by the mutant bacteria or whatever. It's not really stated, but these are their own species and only appeared in the widening gyre, mutated by the garbage in the Pacific Garbage Patch through unknown means, and they started becoming highly territorial and attacked anyone that came too close, especially if they are on the Garbage Patch themselves. And a few did attack the gang, but they were all chased away. They seem to be like the trash monster's little minions. The trash monster was covered in the previous video. If you want, go check that out. So obviously, being birds, they have all the typical abilities of one. They can fly, they appear in a flock, but they also have some other unique abilities, such as being very strong and durable, and presumably have sharp beaks and talons as well. But they can be knocked or shot out with mana, and a strong wind gust can blow them off course. We don't really have much else on them, but I figure since they did play a little bit of a role, we might as well include them. Matter of fact, let's get our last silent character out of the way with Sir Enoch. So of these characters, which one is Sir Enoch? 10 seconds, good luck. After this character, all the rest of them have multiple forms, by the way. At least 2. But let's cover Sir Enoch, which is this guy. We haven't seen him since the original series. He's a human only appearing in The Purge, being one of the faction leaders that showed up to the meeting, pledged loyalty to George once he was revealed to be the first knight, la-di-da-di-da. We all know the drill by now, and yes, he did get out of his little dream machine. Man, that must have sucked to go back to reality after obtaining the Omnitrix in your dreams. So he has control over some of the Forever Knights and has a lot of money, has knowledge on alien and alien techs as well as regular tech, and seems to be pretty durable and pretty intelligent. He also has a sword and a grapple gun and a laser sword as well. He also can run fast and owns a car and helicopter, the helicopter titled the Bird. He also knows of ancient legends, and his shield that he often comes equipped with also can double as a boomerang. He also has a wraparound rope on him as well, but he can be easily distracted and can be dead set on objectives that often place him in some perilous situations, and he also tends to be pretty cocky. Let's cover another character with...
Really? Wait. Time out. Okay, now. Bring it on.
I just love the accent there. Of these characters, which two said that line? 10 seconds, good luck. This character I was debating whether or not to include as a villain or a hero. He kind of borders. This is one of those characters that borders on being a hero or a villain. And no, it's not the one I just moved up. It's actually these two. With and without glasses. This is Hugh, a Vaxxasurian only appearing in Double or Nothing, one of the actors under Albedo's control. Under Albedo, clearly the one that's set to play Humungosaur, and he was used during the show to defeat the fake Vilgax as planned, before being used to fake transform later in the episode to battle Ben, only to be webbed up by Spider Monkey. And then told the gang that Albedo was building a doomsday bomb in a little shed that's outside, but this was also revealed to be a lie because he cares about Albedo and wanted him to stay on Earth, and if this bomb, which was actually a bomb to make Albedo into his goblin form again, if it actually worked, he would leave Earth. And after the fight with Albedo, he decided to take Albedo away and promised to take care of him. Unfortunately, we never see these 3 actors again, and this is the last actor that we had. We already covered Swamps and Fridge in some previous parts. So obviously, being a Vaxxasurian, he's strong and durable enough to walk through a force field, and is huge and can possibly alter his size to make him bigger, which grants him spikes, and his size makes it hard to pull in by attraction beam, but I'm not entirely sure if Hugh has that ability. He also has a tail that can be used as a whip, can bite down hard, can't be harmed by fire, has a super jump and slam, is agile, is somewhat fast, can toss itself into space with enough force, can climb vertically or up walls, can't be blown away by high winds, he can swim, he can punch hard, and is sturdy, as well as acid attacks. While they don't hurt him, don't actually affect him. But his tail can be used to fling him elsewhere if the person is strong enough to do so. He can't breathe underwater, can get overwhelmed by enemies, can be blinded by fire, can be electrocuted, can be harmed by Argent's needles, and due to his size, he can't fit in small spaces, and if in a small space, he can't grow to his super size. Again, I'm not entirely sure if he can go super size or not. He can also be restrained by mana, and some unique ones of him is the fact that he uses glasses, but he tends to fight without the glasses. and is very cowardly and is supposedly afraid of heights, which is kind of odd. He also has low endurance and can be stuck in Spider Monkey's weapon. Now let's see who our next character is.
Don't understand. Area 51 is gone?
That's that for our first line. So, of these characters, which row, and I got them in a row now, is that character? 10 seconds, good luck. Yes, so the top 3 here are one character and the bottom 2 are another character. But we're only going to look at this bottom row here with these 3 characters. Him in his Hawaiian shirt, him without it, and then a young version of him that's seen in a flashback episode. So he's a human. So this is the character known as Grandpa Max. He is a human first appearing in prisoner number 775 is missing, going to investigate the disappearance of said place, Area 51, before discovering that the cell is hidden below, and at the end gave Rosam a stern talking to, but decided to walk away after seeing he was too set in his ways. Then, in the flashback episode Moonstruck, he cleaned out the rust bucket too and told the story as to how he met Vreedle, being a former pilot and getting promoted to being an astronaut after shooting the synthroid ship out of the air. And while he was going to separate, he encountered Vreedle, who was on the run from said character, and throughout the episode they were being chased by the synthroid. Eventually ended with the synthroid and the ship being blown up and Vreedle set free. Vreedle asked if he would come with her, but he declined and just stayed on Earth. So he's shown to be a good character and has knowledge about the aliens and the Omnitrix and has pretty good spy skills. He's also often the wisdom giver for Ben, giving him good advice, and is somewhat strong and durable for his age. He also has knowledge on medicine and has access to plumber bases, and still has a plumber suit equipped with the gadgets and it enables him to fly as well. He also has high authority within the plumbers and knows of other worlds and how to operate alien ships and is an expert aircraft flyer. He also can operate the rust bucket remotely as well as any defenses it might have like lasers and knows of ancient legends and has spy cubes to watch events, as well as a laser gun and astronaut training, and his mind is telepathically linked to Vreedle, so he can see where she is, which is kind of creepy when I say that out loud. He also can fly a helicopter and operate a car, and has knowledge on the null void, and has survival skills, as in living on the land. He also is somewhat agile and fast, and can pilot a spaceship, and can operate and fix a jetpack. He also is a good mechanic, has a holographic projector, is a great fighter and leader, and can control null guardians, and has a plumber badge, and is indicated that he can spy on people with said badge. But he's old and not as bright as he used to be, and is easily annoyed by Ben and Gwen's constant bickering, and while he has an objective, he often stays dead set on it, not care about anyone or anything else, but he can get sidetracked and is pretty gullible. And due to his plumber years, he's recognizable in space for both villains and heroes, so he can't really enter space anymore. He also can be judgmental, and according to his report, he tends to get into fights pretty often. Let's cover our last character today, with this being their first line.
You have to go in there and help him.
No, it's not who you think it is. So, what is this character's name? 10 seconds, good luck. This is not Julie, she's just disguising herself as Julie, so I have already mentioned this character several times before. This is the character that goes by the name of Elena Valadez, or as I've been calling her, Elena. She's half human, half microchip / nanite. Technically in the Ben 10 world it is officially a microchip, and it only appeared in The Perfect Girlfriend, and this is kind of her last official appearance, where she decided to mimic Julie and gave Ben what the title said, a perfect girlfriend, doing whatever he wanted, agreeing to whatever Ben wanted to do, oblivious to the root. While Ben is just completely oblivious to the rules, while Gwen and Kevin try to investigate but ended up getting hurt along the way. With Gwen breaking her leg, and she almost killed Kevin using the liver buildings that was covered in a previous part. But when the rules finally broke, after Ben realized that Julie was still at her game, she decided to try and almost kill Ben. But thankfully, Julie arrived just in time and was talked down and Julie actually talked down Elena, and she escaped into the sewers, now realizing that what heat is. And that's the last time we see her. We never get a resolution to that cliffhanger. So she's a plumber kid with her father Victor being one that has knowledge on the plumbers, as well as owning a motorcycle and knowing how to ride it. She also can be stealthy and smart and has knowledge on the microchips and actually can control them and deactivate them, being the queen, because we have her in her human form and her in her microchip queen form. She's also a good fighter, which goes for both hand-to-hand and melee, and is good with computers, being able to activate them remotely using nanites. She's also somewhat strong and can animate inanimate objects and shift her body to her nanite form, and make weapons out of her hands, including a fork or a whip with multiple tentacles. She can also extend her hand out for easy reach and can convert to just nanites for easy escape through cracks, and mimic another human in whatever way she wants. She also can form a gun to fire microchips, which can harden to bind a person, and is mentioned to be a great soccer player. But she does have an obsession with Ben and due to her nanite form, she can't control this obsession. She always wants and never gets. And due to this, she has no understanding of the true nature of love, and like with the nanites, a laser could kill her, and when she dies, so do the microchips, and can be incapacitated if exposed to sonic sounds, and she can't mimic the memories of a person, just the look of a person. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. So long.